Will BlackBerry die? No, I mean, everyone loves the BlackBerry. The satisfying click that you get when you press a button on the BlackBerry? Who's going to want to replace that? BlackBerries are immortal. No one's going to want an iPhone where there's no click. You just tap a screen. No click. Who's going to want that? Nobody. 10 years later, BlackBerries are basically off the face of the earth, and iPhones are the most popular device on the planet. I think. Everybody shut up and action. So yeah, we're talking about BlackBerry today. This movie is based on the true story about the rise and fall of the BlackBerry phone company, the rise of how it grew in the industry, it revolutionized the cellular device industry, cellular networks, created all of this wonderful things, the foundations of the iPhone essentially in the cellular network aspect, and then suddenly its downfall because they got a little too overconfident with it. And honestly, this made for a really captivating movie. The story alone of BlackBerry's rise and downfall is captivating in itself on what happened to this cellular company. Yet at the same time, it's the CEO and the people who work at BlackBerry that really hook you in. Their personas, their I want to say a little arrogant yet shy personality that kind of brings about the rise and downfall of the entire company. It's mainly their psyche that brings upon their downfall. It's their psyche that you want to kind of analyze while watching this movie. It's not like you're analyzing it like, yes, I need to take notes. It's his arrogance and wanting to accept change, wanting to conform to change. No, it's like you're hooked into it. Like, how's he behaving? How's his anger getting the best of him? How's his shyness kind of holding him back? And it's not like you're noting it down. It's like your eyes are captivated in awe of these characters. Based on a true story, yes. I don't know how much of it is true when I watch real movies, based on true story movies. I always consider them fiction and just watch it to enjoy it. And this movie really is enjoyable as heck. It really captivates you in the story of these characters and what they're doing. Throughout the entire movie, you're like, yes, that's actually ingenious. This sort of revolutionizes the technology for sure. They get a little technical with the movie and how they do things, but it's not so technical where it's like, I mean, I'm not super technically, I don't know the technology behind cellular devices really in depth, so I don't know how much of it is accurate, but from what little I do know, it does seem pretty accurate, and it doesn't get too technically involved where it'll kill the viewer's engagement with the story. It's just minorly involved where it shows you this is the techie scene where they get really involved in talking about tech and how it all functions, and you can understand part of it for the most part if you watch anything tech related. So yeah, it really hooks you in, and you're in moments that is ingenious. Yeah, go for it. Oh, you gotta speak up. This is what you do. Don't let him take over your CEO position. Yes, work with him like that. He's being arrogant. Be arrogant right back at him. You're kind of rooting for the CEO throughout the movie. You're watching these characters and you're kind of commentating to yourself in your head, going like, yes, that's a good move. That's the wrong move. That's a good move. That's the wrong move. And you're hooked into these characters and their lives and the story of BlackBerry. You actually root for BlackBerry regardless of how in tune we are with the iPhones. Or Samsung devices. We're all in tune with it, and you're kind of rooting for BlackBerry throughout the entire story. And then at the end, you're like, what are you doing? Or why are you being so greedy, arrogant, and just insecure as hell? Like, you see the entire developmental growth and change of these characters throughout the film. How there's this guy who doesn't even care about the BlackBerry company. He won't even listen to the techno people because all he wants to do is make so much money that he can buy an NHL arena and an NHL team and retire from the company CEO and just be an NHL general manager. Like, seeing these characters and their evolution and growth throughout this time and how it directly impacts the rise and fall of BlackBerry, it makes for such an interesting and captivating film in its entirety. The cinematic aspects from the mise en scène to the cinematic framing to just the cinematography in general, videography, acting performances, it was all absolutely beautiful. The technical aspects, the acting performance, everything was amazing, paired with a really good story. It honestly was a really good, interesting movie to watch. It does get stale at times when things kind of slow down in the industry and it's not getting really emotionally involved and it's just more on the character side, because it's mainly the characters you get interested with when they're doing big things in the storyline of the BlackBerry phone. So when they're not doing big things, it's kind of just a little stale, and at the beginning it does get a little bit of waiting to get into, but for the most part, for the majority of the movie, you're kind of hooked in and engaged with these characters through and through. It's mildly immersive and it is kind of rewatchable, so I think it's a good movie. I go to an 85%. Be sure to check it out. Peace.